And we
Are
are
live.
live. Let's go.
Let's go. So, yes, just the regular drill. If you can hear us and if everything's cool, let us know all the audio and video. And we wanted to do this yesterday, but since we thought you guys will be busy, we came to do it today. And this one is going to be a really good live session. We have like lots of topics to talk about. First of all, that's the evergreen. Software update is either this is a boon or a doom. Like a lot of things are happening because of the software updates. Then we have the Huawei. Let me show it in style. Like this is something, and we all were so amazed to see it. Like this is the phone. Hold on, this is the Huawei Mate, and then you go two screen, and then you go three screens. So like
Oh,
this is T phone. Like this is peak smartphone that we could see, and personally we were really excited to see this. We can talk about this. If you guys have any questions, we'll be happy to answer this. And this will be like a very fun, free flowing live session. So we can talk much more than a normal video, and this is what we love. Like talk to the community, and it doesn't can go all in. And then we'll be talking about Tesla launch. Tesla launched a bunch of stuff, and it's pretty mind blowing. If you are not aware about it, this was a fun week for Tesla. And then we'll move on to Intel CPU naming scheme. I know laptop buying is very confusing. Plus, Intel has dropped a bomb. Like if you are not aware of it, Windows laptop is on fire right now. So we'll be covering that. And then we have something from Samsung. Samsung, and then there is Samsung, a budget phone with 6 years of software update. Like that would be something to talk about. And then there's MacBook M4 getting unboxed months before launch of it. So we'll be talking about it. If you're in the market for buying a new MacBook, if you're buying an Intel laptop, all of this will cover. So yes, how's the chat doing?
let's go. And guys, just like always, we will also be taking your questions. So if you have any questions to ask, just let us know here. And as always, if in case we missed it, do let us know in the comment section below. We will try to answer it after the live or maybe tomorrow. So let's go.
So on that, if you have just joined the stream, do hit the like button so that more people are aware of it. And okay, this is the Huawei Mate XT. So this is, I think you me might have seen a lot of tri-folding phones, and basically you would see a phone that can actually open like this. Usually folding phones come like this, and this is the first consumer phone that tri-folds. Earlier in 2018, 2019, there were phones that could tri-fold, but you could not buy them actually. And this is the first time a company has launched a tri-folding phone which end consumers could buy. Now, of course, this is only launched in China and the sales are off the chart. So maybe they're launching it globally. But there are a lot of things to talk about Huawei Mate XT Fold. So Mrinal is a Fold user. So what were your thoughts when you tried the tri-folding phone?
Interesting. Like, to be very honest, when I first saw this in the launch videos and everything, I thought it's fake. This doesn't seem to be possible. Like, this is a Samsung Galaxy Fold 6, and we also have the Pixel and everything, and they still are running. Like, this seems like an innovation to a lot of people.
A lot of people
So if you go outside and ask, like, even they are wow with this. So when I saw something like this, I was like, this can't be possible. And this is one of those gimmicky videos that you see. But oh my god, we have it in the office. Oh my god.
So just to give you an idea, Huawei is a savage company. Like when iPhone 16 launched, this thing was launched just after the Huawei 16 after the iPhone 16 launch. And previously they launched a Fold, and just after the launch of Z Fold 6, they wrote an apology in minute words on the Fold, apologizing to the Samsung users, like, sorry, we made it thinner than the latest Galaxy Z Fold. So, and in case you're wondering, this costs a bomb. This costs like $3,800, and in roughly, if you have to translate into Indian amount, it's like 2.38 lakh or 2.
That is the real, like, the dollar to INR conversion. But if you go and see, it will be like in the market, in the, like, what you can say, the gray market or wherever you have to get an access, it will cost up to 5.5 lakhs. 5 iPhones.
5 iPhones. So that's how much this costs. But 5.5 lakh for a phone, I think it's too outrageous. I don't know. why would someone spend that amount of money? Since we are doing a video on it, that makes sense for us to get it. But
Oh, there is a comment from Muhammad. It's not a trifold; it's a double fold.
so it's a tri-fold. You can call it as 3 screens. It
Hmm.
of course only folds twice. So just to give you an idea, this is how it is. Normally the phone looks like this. It looks like a normal smartphone. This is 6.7 inch, I believe, and it functions like a normal smartphone. The width is actually, if you compare, it is almost the size of a folding phone. And now you can open it twice, and this goes about 7.6 inches or something like that. This is a 90 hertz screen, and then you can open it the second time, and this becomes a 10.2 inch, like it's proper a tablet size display. So yeah, there are only two hinges, but the display, there's three displays if you count like that.
But would you say it's like unlike this? Like this is a fold, and if you see, it has you are the one who pointed it out. It has
Yes.
one display like this, and if I open it, it has two another separate display. So it has like one, two, three display, and this is more like you said a tablet which folds.
So a lot of people are confusing this to a tri-folding smartphone, and even they announced it as a tri-folding smartphone, which sounds really cool. But if you look at a normal folding phone these days, this is the cover display. This has like a cover display which you normally use and whatever it is. But then if you want to use the bigger display, you just open it and you get the second display. So this phone practically has two displays. One is the inner folding one, and this is the outer one. Whether in case of Huawei, if you completely open it, this is just one screen. There's no screen at the back. So you can consider this as a tablet which actually folds into a fold, or which actually folds into a normal smartphone. So by doing this, they were actually able to make it way thinner. Like, since this has only one display, when you completely unfold it, it's about 3.2 mm, and it's even thinner than an iPhone 16, which is pretty crazy. They were also able to fit like a 5700 or 800 mAh battery in this, and they made it really slim. Like, it is so slim that at sometimes while opening it, you feel that this might break.
Oh yeah,
There's always that
it's so
feeling
slim.
that this might break.
Yeah.
And since they have only one display, there is one mechanism which actually they kind of, I think this is something which is a disadvantage with this kind of tech, is if you see here, it actually folds the display on the outside. If you consider a fold, when you see a fold, the outer portion of the fold is always a hinge. Here, it's the display. So when you keep it inside the pocket, it might get scratched with a coin or and this is just one display. If you scratch this, the entire display is gone.
Oh my god.
Oh my, and I don't know if anyone has to go through this or not, but replacing this display cost half the price of the phone. So it's 1.3 lakh if you convert it into Indian rupees. If
or
you want
four
to,
kidneys. If you convert it into Twitter jokes.
Twitter jokes, yeah. So that's how the tech is different. Like, this is just one single big tablet that can fold into a smartphone.
But don't they have a protector for the side?
Oh yes. So yeah, the solution with Huawei is it comes with a case. By the way, the unboxing is super rad. Like, I think the video is coming tomorrow. It also has a car charger, like a lot of stuff. So this is what they do for the casing. They have a cover which has a flap that protects the folding display part. So that's why it doesn't get scratched.
Okay, so Tharun is asking, how did you guys did this phone? And we can be as open and as transparent about it, because this SNL is for you guys.
So a lot of times is like, you cannot straight up buy this phone. Like, it would be pretty crazy to buy a phone and like do one video on it, like, let alone this phone. Even if you buy a flagship phone from YouTube, it's impossible to recover the amount of money that you get over there. But most of the time, whatever we make, we try to put all of it in the video. So this would be here with us for not that long of a time. This is only for a short stint. We'll be doing a video on it and we'll be giving it back. So getting this is next to impossible, because currently in China it is sold out. It had like 5 million pre-orders, and on the first day it was sold out practically. If you saw the iPhone 16 launch line in Mumbai, this is pretty much similar to that, and people are even mad about it, like they could not get the phone.
Okay, so we
don't recommend anyone to get this phone in India.
So I have a very interesting question, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will also have it, so I'm picking it up. iPhone 13 good around 30,000. It's a refurbished one. So a refurbished iPhone 13, For 30,000.
I don't know. Is this a YouTuber or audience sync? But we are doing an exact same video next week on this. Whether you should buy a refurbished iPhone or whether you should buy a new Android phone, because this is very obvious. And iPhone 13, however, I think it is still the best-selling iPhone in India, even in the sales. So that way, iPhone 13 is a pretty good deal. But if you count with the number of iPhones, it is still 3 years old. So just to give you an idea of it, I think even if you pick up the latest, newest, best Android, it will still iPhone will still have better video quality. Battery life, I still feel would be better on the Android side, because iPhone 13, however, was a major improvement over the iPhone 12. But in terms of battery, it all depends on what unit you are getting and how much is the battery health. I'm assuming it is above 90%. So still, Android will give you better battery life. So feature wise, you will always get more features on Android side. But when it comes to
let's leave some meat for the video.
right, I want to speak more. Shobik is asking me to stop it, but yeah, just to get your point.
Chalo. So next question, and this also makes me a lot of curious about the Intel naming scheme. So Mayank is asking, Hola Amiga, okay, which is I think hello friends.
Hello friends.
Yeah. So guys, review the new Intel Arrow Lake for desktop. You guys should focus PC builds, and if possible, need your reviews there. So let's, before we talk about the new Intel Arrow Lake, just help us understand the Intel new naming scheme.
So Intel new naming scheme. So just to give people a context, Intel CPUs are way different than your smartphone ka processor. Your smartphone processor is called SoC. A lot of time we call it processor chip or whatever, but this is SoC. This has basically RAM, GPU, everything built on just one particular motherboard, non-changeable, non-swappable. Whether in terms of laptop processor, you have different naming schemes. They call it SKUs or they call it unit. So they just contact a certain manufacturer like Acer or Asus or HP, and then they say what kind of preference they want. So depending on that, they give them that particular kind of processor. So most basic naming scheme was an Intel processor starts with I and has an odd number besides it, like i3, i5, i7, i9. That's it. There's no i1 and all of that.
And i3, like everyone knows, i3
everyone knows, yeah,
basic, and the
i3 is the base, and the higher you grow, it's i9. So that was the most basic in terms of naming scheme. But then they added one more layer of complexity. So you might probably buy an i3, suppose, which is a number, rough number is 1335U, and then you might have 1450P, or you might have 13 all of that H. So there's also a very wonderful article written by Rahul on TechWiser.com, and just to give you a rough idea, the first letter of course tells you what generation it is. If it starts with 13, 12 or gen, then they have the refresh name, which is not that important, is mostly for the manufacturers, but the last name is very important. It is either U, P, H. There's also HX and HK, but let's leave for that as of now for that conversation. So U is made for very low tasks. It has very low power, but it will have better battery life. And P is meant for mid-range performance tasks, where somewhat like photo editing and all of that stuff, it will have a slightly higher power consumption and it will also have a good battery life. It's a balance between. And H is something which you get when you want to full on do gaming. That has very high power consumption, mediocre battery life, but it will give you like really, really good performance. So how I see is, if your task is just browsing, Excel and all of that, you should go for U. If your task demands a bit of Photoshop, a bit of graphic work, slight bit of video editing and all of that, or coding, you should go for P. And if you're proper into 4K video editing or gaming, I think you should go for H.
Yeah,
that's how. But this was simple up until now.
So okay. So just let me just rephrase it. So there are three levels of complexity as of now. One is i3, i5, i7. Higher you grow, more powerful it gets.
Correct.
Then you have generations. 11 generations,
12 generation.
Next year 12 generation, third generation, fourth generation.
So latest is 14
generation is
yes.
Then you also have UPH.
Correct.
U is like
low
it's
power.
Not under performance, but that's how I remember it.
That's how you remember.
Like if performance is mid tier, U is under performance, then the performance, and H is high performance.
High performance.
Perfect. So these are three layers of complexities so far. Now what is new?
Yes. But now, since the competition was increasing and they were lagging so much behind, since the 14 gen, Intel is dropping everything. Now there is no i3, i5, i7. They're dropping the name. Slowly, as we move into the 15th generation, they'll drop all the names together. So now there are two types of laptop CPUs. There's either Core 3, Core 5, Core 7, Core 9, or there is Core Ultra 5, Core Ultra 7, Core Ultra 9. So either it will be an Ultra or either it will be a Core. There is still UPH. You're not letting go away with that, but now it will be called Core 3 instead of i3. It will be called Core 5 instead of i5. And then there is a slightly higher performance variant which is called Core Ultra series. So there are.
What about Core 7, Core 9?
Yeah, there is Core 3, Core 5, Core 7, and there is Core Ultra 5. There is no Core Ultra 3. So you'll have Core 3 to Core 9, and you will have Core Ultra 5, 7, and Core Ultra 9.
So what's the difference between Core 3, Core and Ultra?
So as Intel puts it this is for advanced users. But basically there are just three differences if you think about it. Number one is the GPU is different. So in Core series you will get Iris Xe graphics, whereas in Core Ultra series you will get Intel Arc graphics, which is much more advanced, much more powerful, and it is dedicatedly built for gaming. It will have hardware ray tracing, it will have good support. Although you should still buy a dedicated graphics card for gaming, but that is what Intel Arc is. Second, you will get on-device NPU. So there are neural processing cores which can do additional tasks. Like as of now, you can only do in Windows call me FX, background blur, and a bit of third-party applications or open source applications. Like the one I tried was GNU, but no one uses that. So that's there. And the third is battery life. Battery life will be much better on the Core Ultra series.
So from what I can understand, Core series and Ultra is the more powerful version of Core and also has AI features.
Correct.
Okay. And you still have that UPH.
UPH. So from Core Ultra, they'll start at 1. So that is Core Ultra 1, Series 1. So Core Ultra will have names like 155, 122, 125, all of that. So this is just names I'm pulling out of my head, but this is 155, 125. So that means this is Core Ultra Series 1. And now, recently, they just dropped the second version of Core Ultra series, which is the laptop. Like, the video is live on the channel. But up until researching for this video, even I didn't know like this was that big of a deal. Usually, Intel launches one processor every year, 13 gen, 14 gen, 15 gen, and they refresh it midway. So this was the refresh, but this is as big of as an upgrade as a 15 gen.
Okay, so you said like up until now you didn't know that it was a big deal. So why this is a big deal, or why this 200V?
200V is the code name.
So good, yeah.
So now again they are changing the name, but the bigger task is this has the most powerful graphics, inbuilt graphics on any CPU, like whether it be AMD, whether it be Snapdragon. This has way better graphics, and all of this is for the first time that Intel is not manufacturing the entire CPU. It's been manufactured by TSMC.
Okay. Oh, I saw a MacBook question. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, so Param is asking, hey, what should I go for, a MacBook M3 Air 15-inch or MacBook Pro M3 14-inch? MacBook Pro M3.
M3.
Which one do we have? The MacBook Pro?
No, that is M2 Pro.
M2 Pro.
So Apple ka MacBook naming scheme is very confusing. Very confusing. So basically, if you have an M3, you will have MacBook Air M3. There is also a MacBook Pro M3. Both of them have an M3 CPU. It's just a fan ka difference and pretty much thoda bahut ports ka difference, but it's the same CPU. One or two, I think GPU core is extra. But then you have M3 Pro, M3 Max. M3 Ultra is not there, but those are typically different. So a MacBook Pro M3 is way different, way less powerful than a MacBook M3 Pro.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I think there was also rumors about the info leaking in Russia. A couple of videos have surfaced of MacBook Pro, and even I think Apple is suing them. Like,
oh, is it?
Yeah. But then again, Apple is not officially available in Russia, so how can they sue them? But then Apple is very you can say they are very tense about their leaks and stuff. I think the last leak that has happened was some iPhone 5.
iPhone 5 and iPhone 4, and that was way back. I believe in 2019 2011 or 2008 maybe.
Gizmodo or someone, they took a screenshot of it. The phone
No, it's not a screenshot. So an Apple engineer left a phone in a bar.
In a bar.
In a bar. And the person in the bar could not figure out like what phone is this. He thought this was iPhone 3, but it also had a front camera and all of that. So he sold it to Gizmodo. And Gizmodo opened the phone and did a tear down, covered entirely. And then Apple went and sued it, and there was a lot of chaos around this. So from iPhone 5, this is the biggest leak that has happened because the person has gotten hands on a MacBook M4. Again, MacBook Pro M4, not MacBook M4 Pro. And he has unboxed it. There are benchmarks and everything.
But they're doing giveaways. I think there are Facebook groups where they're doing like 200 MacBook for giveaways.
So yeah, even though that guy who got it on iPhone 5 and all of that, he also sold it on eBay. So that is pretty much the same. So yeah, just to go back to the question and answer, should you buy a MacBook Pro M3 or a MacBook M3 Air? I would say if you're an average user who just uses your main usage is browsing, a little bit of coding and all of that stuff, I think most 90% of the user will be fine with an M3 Air. If you have a specific use case in mind, like you want to render a video, slightly the render performance is 10 to 15% more powerful on an Pro M3 because it has a fan. It can sustain high graphic performance for a long period of time. So for those 5-10% of the user, it has one extra GPU core as well. So for those user, I think there is Pro M3. But if you're confused, get the Air.
Okay, so the burning question, and I think this is also a hot topic for our SNL as well. Hello everyone, my father just bought the OnePlus 12R. Can I expect to have any problems with the 12R? So your thoughts overall on the green line issue?
On the green line issue. So a lot of people mistake it to be a software issue. So just to give you an idea, what is a green line issue? So basically your phone is made up of, it's an OLED phone. Like a lot of phones that are suffering this problem is an AMOLED or an OLED phone. It depends on the manufacturer. But these are small pixels or LEDs that get power from an electric line. So two reasons where your phone can suffer a green line. Number one is the display connector, which is called as the flex panel. If that gets damaged, you might get a green line on your phone, or your display might completely go out. Second, there are something called as traces. Those go between the LEDs and power a LED strip. So you can consider your OLED screen to be like a table, which is just starred lines and zigzag lines. So when the traces get defected, an entire line of LEDs goes without power, and that will get green or pink. And so this is properly a hardware issue. This is not a software issue. And a lot of people are complaining that this is coming, and this is majorly coming from software updates. A lot of thing happens, it also gets damaged, and then that is the thing. But coming back to the question, it's happening with every single brand, whether it be OnePlus, Realme, there are very less from Oppo, but it's iPhone, Samsung, even Nothing, even Motorola, all of them are having. And let me show you one crazy thing. This is something that I discovered very recently. What is? Oh yes, you want to see? My phone has a green line.
Oh, acha. It's a feature from the Play Store.
It's a feature from the Play Store. There's an app which gives you a green line on the screen. So.
And you can pick and choose how many green lines you want.
No, there's only one. You can choose the position, left, right, or middle. So basically, to the question, it is actually. I can understand as a consumer. I have bought a phone. I might plan to use my phone for 3 to 5 years, but this is not something that I signed up for. I get an update, I update my phone, and my phone gets damaged. So I think none of the brands, very few of the brands have come out publicly and said that we are giving you a free replacement. OnePlus is one of those phones, but even their phones have a lot of problems. So OnePlus, if you have a green line on your phone, you can go to a OnePlus service center. I think we did a video on it, and they replace it for free of cost. If the phone is very old, they might give you a coupon, and again, you can only upgrade to a OnePlus phone. So that is there. I think Samsung from time to time just gives you a cutoff date, like these particular phones. If you want to replace, you can do this within time frame. Vivo and iQOO are the two brands which give you replacement. There's no public announcement from them, but you can go to the service center and get it replaced. And for the same phone, they'll replace it lifetime if it comes again and again on particular models. But iPhone, Apple, Motorola, Nothing, Realme, Oppo is not having that much problems. Xiaomi, there's no public statement from them of replacing any phones.
Okay, so Naveen has the same question in a similar line. I bought the OnePlus 12R, including the OnePlus Care. Will the green line issue be covered if I get any?
So this OnePlus Care or whatever you're buying, it is somewhat supported from a third party. It is not proper Wo insurance. So they basically cover your accidental damage, liquid protection and all of that. So they will cover your green line issue. But again, just I think 2 words of advice. First of all, handle your phone properly. Goes without saying. Ensure that there is no physical damage, because if your phone has a physical damage and then it gets a green line, there are chances that your warranty might be rejected. Number 2, don't update your phone. As soon as the new update comes, I know the features work well and you would love the feature to talk about, but wait, read on community forums, wait for Twitter, wait for videos. Don't update your phone as soon as the update arrives. As of now, these are the 2 possible solutions. There was, yeah.
Is there a place like I'm a OnePlus user? I want to update my phone because my battery is draining and maybe there are some other issues. But I've also heard, like from watching from Pratik's video, that don't update your phone. So is there a place where I can go and see if I can update this particular update on my phone? Is it safe or not? Or a OnePlus community? But because
there
also
is a
not an
OnePlus
answer.
forum, but then every update has a number. Every phone has a serial number. So you will have to go to the forum, search for that particular thing. It is very confusing. It is very tedious. Second is an aftermarket repair solution, which I think we are going to try for our video, and we want to see how that works. But there are machines that can actually fix your green line without even opening the phone and doing any of it.
This is legit. There are some YouTube videos.
There are YouTube videos, and that's a very expensive machine. So that's one thing. But as from the brand side, it sucks. I think if a brand makes an announcement that there is green line, hey, we are fixing it, at least it ensures that the service center guy would not reject your warranty.
Tell me more about that machine that can fix a green line issue. My question as an audience would be, there is a machine, even though it's expensive, it claims that it can fix the green line issue. If such a machine exists, why don't just
Why the brands not
brand
using
buy
it?
it and use it and solve everything? Green line is like
So
such a big issue.
this is also from what we talked and what we were researching on a topic. The machine costs somewhere like 7 lakh or 10 lakh, which is not a very big amount for a brand. For a brand. One physical way to replace all of this is you open the display, you go to the flex panel, or you go and you manually solder it, which requires a lot of hand movement and all of that, and plus opening the phone. This thing just puts the display panel on the thing, and it uses laser to just burn and fix the, like, it's like soldering something. You burn it and the lines are automatically fixed. First of all, I have no personal experience with it, but I feel it's a temporary fix.
Is it?
It's a temporary fix because you are just soldering the entire trace. You are not actually fixing it or replacing anything of it.
What about like Shobhi? Can we figure out those YouTube videos? Check it out if those how realistic are those YouTube videos. I think there are a lot of YouTube videos that claims that
it's basically a repair. An original brand very rarely repairs your phone. They just try to replace it. So I think that's why they don't do it.
How legit are those? And guys, you also let us know if you have any experience with one of those machines or someone that you know. I think those videos are surfacing from Amritsar.
Yes, Amritsar is the one, and there's also from Kerala or somewhere. I'm not sure, but from somewhere in the south. It's not there in Delhi.
Surprising, na?
Surprisingly, it's not there in Delhi. I thought Delhi there should be something in Nehru Place.
Okay, let's see if we can find those videos.
But yeah, just like like a sporty announcement, we wanted to cover your phone. If in case you have a green line issue, please get in touch with us on Twitter, or you can just personally DM me at PRAATIIIK.
Okay, moving on. There is one more question for Pratik sir.
Oh.
Yeah. So big fan, Pratik sir.
Why are you calling me Pratik sir?
We are too. I want to buy a laptop under 1 lakh rupees, but I'm really confused. I'm a full-time editor and I'm currently using an S23 Plus. As an editor, I would assume a video editor at this point.
Even I think it's a video editor. So if roughly your budget is 1 lakh rupees and you mostly be editing on your desk and you are using Final Cut Pro, I think there is no option, get a MacBook if that is fixed. But if you want a Windows laptop And even in MacBook, I would recommend, if it is a desk setup, you can go with a Mac Mini, get a monitor and all of that. That's a Mac Pro, M2 Pro
M2
should
Pro, M2
fit
Pro.
your budget. That's what we use with an whatever monitor that suits your budget. But if you want a laptop, I think M2 Pro should do good. I think it costs 1.3, na? 1.3 or 1.5?
So M2 Pro is not there.
Not there.
It is
M3 Pro.
in the MacBook Pro
Series.
So basically, it's like MacBook Pro M3 Pro.
Acha. No, that's MacBook M3 Pro. But how much it is?
It sells for around 1.85.
That's too
But
much.
since he's also next level since he's also mentioning that he has
S23 Plus, I think you would be looking at
Windows
Windows
ecosystem sort of a thing. So how about the one that you are using? How powerful
This is
is it?
1.45 for 2 lakh.
Yeah. But
This
how,
is way too
like, let's say
expensive.
if I do manage to get it, like in case of EMI or something, is that worth the video editing thing?
It does handle video editing. It does handle video editing. You can do 4K, 2-3 layers of video editing, and the render performance and all is pretty good. But I would still recommend, if you have a 1 lakh budget, I think you could look at something like a 4 series GPU on NVIDIA. Lenovo Lock. Or there was also a laptop which I was using, that was Lenovo IdeaPad Slim, Lenovo Yoga 9i with Core Ultra 7. That is like a phenomenal laptop. It has very good battery life. Get the Core Ultra 7 variant. I was using Core Ultra 9. The video is on TechWiser. I think 2024 Windows laptops are changing. That was actually a very good Windows laptop. If you need a balance in good battery life, also good powerful machine for video editing or even gaming at times.
See what we have here. We have a super sticker from our own Dinesh ji. Thank you, Dinesh ji.
Shout out.
Acha, so we have another question from Kenneth. How good is Moto H50 Pro for next 3 years? Which one are you using as a daily
This
driver?
is Moto H50 Neo. I was using it as a daily driver. Yeah.
So what's your experience for both Neo and Pro for 3 years?
First of all, H50 Neo, this has only 4300 mAh battery. I was also surprised to know that this has such a less battery. But since they have an LTPO display, the battery life tends to go very easily. Like, it's still 44%. I've not used my phone that much, but it is still like 4-ish hours of screen on time. So I'm getting 6 hours of screen on time. Moto H50 Pro, I think it's a good overall balanced phone. The only thing is, if you are thinking of doing video recording, or if you're thinking of taking a lot of multitasking, the camera viewfinder lags. That's the only thing. They have tried to make a very good overall phone, and they have somewhat compromised on performance. So that's what I feel. If you want a good overall balanced phone, I think Moto H50 Pro is good. Updates is something which is not their strong suit, but it should go good for 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so
the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 is kind of not that powerful for what all the mechanics they have put inside the phone. Yeah, on a similar budget, I think you can also get the S23 FE that was selling recently. That has better camera and better video recording performance. And there was also the iQOO Neo 9 Pro if you're looking into gaming.
Oh, this is an interesting one. Ramdas is saying my 2-year-old Samsung device has got the screen issues in S21 FE and the tab. Oh, nice. This is not actually nice though. Two screens issues with S21 FE and tab S6 Lite the same time after the update. Both dead screen within 30 minutes.
Tab S6 Lite has an LCD screen. Although this can happen with an LCD screen as well, but it's an LCD display. Sorry, TFT in that case, not even LCD. Surely it doesn't happen on that LCD, but I think you should visit service center. S21 FE might or might not be under warranty. See, whenever you get something, I think the best solution in this case is to visit the service center. I know it's a hassle you might be doing a job or you might be going college, so you have to take time off your routine and go to the service center. But I think they can provide the best solution. The second process is to tag them on Twitter. That's the fastest way to get them moving about it. But I
Yeah.
don't think as of now they are doing a free replacement. But if your phone is under good condition and there's no physical damage, I think they might replace it for free.
And on that note, we have for the first time and very uncommon thing that we have seen, Samsung has officially apologized in for the Q3 performance. Have you ever seen a company that big doing that?
What was surprising for me is Samsung is now this biggest smartphone in terms of sale in the world,
In the world.
and the apology has come at this time. So,
Yeah.
what was it? What was it about?
Okay, so just in case to give you a brief idea, in case you don't know the context, the Samsung vice chairman and you might know Samsung is not just a company in Korea.
Yeah,
It's a big deal in Korea. So it's like the place to be, and it matters a lot. It's like Samsung and Hyundai are the two companies that is lift Korea.
lift Korea.
So Samsung vice chairman has acknowledged the shortcomings, and if you see the stock performance of Samsung, it is at 30% decline.
Oh,
The stock has declined 30% and the shareholders are not getting enough value as per them. So the president of Samsung has apologized for the bad Q3 performance, and couple of reasons for that. One would be the competition they are facing from semiconductor industry. Second would be the AI, and third is also a good, like it is the number one player, but again they are facing a huge competitions from Chinese manufacturers like Huawei and stuff. And I think how we have seen is their launches are very good at the upper range, but there are certain phones here and there, like you might know A06 or A16s, which are a bit tricky. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the A16 specifically with the 6 years of update?
So A16 was the first phone in budget as per announcement to come with 6 years of update. Let us know if you guys want us to cover the phone. I will still, if you're thinking of buying a phone, of course you should wait for the review to see how it performs in real life. I think it comes with Exynos 1330 or Dimensity 6300. I think it's not confirmed.
The specs are not
Not
confirmed yet.
confirmed
It's
as of
mostly
now.
leaked. But even in the based of leak, what opinion do you form?
So number one, top of my mind, what comes is in a budget phone who needs 6 years of updates, because budget phone is probably your first phone that you buy, and of course it's a budget phone. So in terms of
But if you sell it with this in an offline market, like if my dad or someone they goes to a shop and the shopkeeper is telling me this phone will last 6 years,
that's a
will
very
like
big
yeah,
statement.
and it will last 6 years because it will
It
get
will get 6
software
years
upload
of
6
update.
of update. So online people we know we are very aware about it, but offline if they sell it like this phone will last 6 years and it costs only this much, it's a budget phone, only phone that can do that. It is a good selling point.
One good thing that will come out of this is it will force other smartphone companies to give equivalent amount of updates. So in this section, as of now, you get 1 plus 2 years of update. 1 year of software updates, 2 years of security update, which is fine.
Sometimes 2 plus 3 as well.
Sometimes 2 plus 3 as well if you go with CMF and all of that, which goes thoda sa $16,000 territory or $20,000 territory. But this will push other smartphone manufacturers to give better phone. But I think you were talking about A06.
Yeah. A06 is already launched in the offline market, which is again like something that there are better phones from Samsung at this price range. Like couple of reasons why Samsung A06 will cost you around 10,000 rupees. Sometimes with offers and big the Shara things you can get at 9.5. Now the 9.5 what you're getting is 64 GB storage, eMMC storage, and it's a 4G phone. So and it also comes with a One UI core. So if you consider all of it, it is cheap and it is value for money. And I think it's also LCD display. But if you pay like 1 or 2,000 rupees extra, you get M15 or A14s, which are much better phones for the same price range. So there are certain phones for offline market. I'm not even sure if they're selling it online, but it's there offline. But you should be very aware about it. What you get at this price range and what are the other options available.
I think Samsung M15 or A14 are better phones in that price range. You get 5G as well as you get a proper M15 though has a proper dewdrop wala, punch hole wala notch.
Okay, how many people here have seen? Just guys, let us know how many of you guys are excited about the have seen the Tesla launch, are really excited about it. I know
Oh
I was
yes,
really.
oh yes.
Have
I didn't get the time to watch the entire event. I think we were shooting with the Huawei wala thing or something. But just to give you a brief idea, give us a brief idea. What are your top three things that you saw at the event and it made you feel like wow?
Oh, Simon, it is gonna be next level thing.
Huh.
Um, but I'm not sure if it is swept into India, but the event was almost. I have seen the app Tesla events are slightly deviating. Like this is Apple launch event,
Hmm.
and this is like Google launch event.
Hmm.
Very specs heavy, very meant for developers, and this is like a movie.
Movie.
Everybody watches
Everybody
it.
watches.
है ना? They don't talk about the RAMs as much. They don't talk about the batteries
Battery.
and all. It's all the enjoy the fun, the cameras and the good musics. So and this Tesla event used to be somewhere here,
Near
and
towards
now
Google.
they shifted all the way here. They have not talked about any specs. Mostly like the price is vague. When it will come out is also vague.
It was funny. Like you were saying, we might get it to you by end of 2026. And then you were like, nah, this 2027 we'll do. And it's like, you're doing a launch event. How are you not sure about the price? It's like, we'll some more price it under $30,000 or in fact $40,000. They were not even sure about the price.
Yeah. Just let us know, guys, in the comment section. Let us know how many of you are excited or have seen a Tesla event before we continue. And if in case, what are your thoughts about the Tesla? I know it's not coming anytime soon in India, and Indian government has also said even if Tesla comes in India, there will be no self-driving feature, which is what
Tesla is. But by the way, they have still not given self-driving in any of the car. You don't get full autonomous self-driving.
Yeah. But you do get it in other cars. Like there, it's still under. Like I think Google has it. They drive it in on campus, which is 100% self-driving. Yeah, okay. Shobhi, can we play that video?
The Tesla one?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Tesla one. Let's see. Let's watch it together with the team TechWiser.
Oh, I would be excited
Yeah,
to watch this because I've just watched highlights of it and I
Mhm.
found it very interesting because
Yeah. So as you guys can see, this is the new Tesla Robo. They call it the Wi-Fi Robo event, and this is the robo-taxi. Now, if you pause the video here, can we go back? Can we go back? Can we go back a little bit? Yeah. If we pause the video here, at this point, you can see that there is no driving, there is no steering wheel, no pedal, nothing. You just sit in the car, and this is the first car that we have ever seen that doesn't come with any steering wheel, any pedal. It's just empty. All you see is a big ass tablet. You can just watch a movie, do something, and
so far they had supervised autonomous driving. Like
Hmm.
you have to sit behind the wheel, you have to guide it, and it might do a bit of steering, it might go left, right, but you have to still
supervise it.
push the brake.
This time they have removed the steering wheel, they have removed the pedal. Then there is
There's
nothing.
nothing.
So this is like the one key highlight I've never seen before thing. Okay, let's play it. Okay, yeah. Now, if you see, stop. There are cycles that are going in front of it, and it also has like an awareness planned into it. The moment it sees something around them, of course, it's an autonomous drive. It has an awareness around it that it can stop. And again, the cameras here are 360 degrees. So even if somebody is coming from side, back, this it will make adjustment accordingly, which is not like human vision. Human vision is what, 270-degree, and that too in a car with the panels and stuff. It's what, 102, like this is like this much. So that's another additional benefit. Let's play it more. Now, yeah, now our Elon is out of the this is how it shows. You just pack your bag, sit inside, maybe watch a movie, do your homework, take a Zoom calls. So you just book a Uber, like book an Uber, it will come, sit inside it, and do about your day. That's it.
So just to summarize, this is what I can think of. I think this is the first taxi or this is the first car that has come with no pedals, no steering wheel. This is fully autonomous for consumers. I think Google has a taxi which does map ka photos and everything. I forgot the name of it, but that is not for taking people from point A to point B. This is only or within the limited area, limited range. So I think this is such a big deal because this is for end consumers. Like suppose in Indian terms, if I want to go from TechWiser to the Terminal 3 airport, I can just sit inside it, do my work, and it will drop me at the airport.
Yeah,
and I don't
there
have
is
to do
one more
anything.
change. There is one more big thing that has never been done before. See, what happens is I have my car, either it's at my home or in the office.
Hmm.
The rest of the time it's just sitting there.
Huh.
And that's with 80% of the 100% of the people out there. 80% of the time your car is not moving, it's just sitting there. But in this case, what will happen is the Tesla robo car, when it will drop you, you can choose to go from point A to point B, and when it drops you, you have an option to rent your car as a taxi. So it will now go out and make money for you. So, and it's also cheap, like for $30,000, which is what, 25, 28 lakhs in Indian currency. You get a car which you can use for yourself, and it's autonomous driving and everything comes with a software update. But when you're not using it, they have not disclosed how much money it will make, what will be the business model, but it will go out and work as a taxi cab service. And then when you want, it will come back. It also has like an automatic wireless charging. So if it is out in the cab and it's on low on battery, it will just go to the nearest Tesla charging station and it will wirelessly charge itself. So it's 100% autonomous. Again, something.
It's only $30,000.
Yeah, $30,000 so far. But I think, yeah, they will deliver it.
I think Tesla Model 3 costs $38,000 or $40,000 depending on what option you choose.
So I think these were the two never seen before things, and then they have also launched the Optimus robot. Mostly it was just dancing and didn't do anything.
It was playing charades with people. It was doing something. I saw a video on
Yeah,
Twitter.
it can water the plants and do all of those. But like in India, you get a lot of services that can help you with that. So it's better. Like that thing might not translate well in India, but overall it too takes humanity further. Like I'm really excited about this thing. How it
So I
turns
think
out.
two things which comes on top of my mind when I see any Tesla event. Number one is, first of all, when will it come? Because they are very vague with the dates and promises. They take about 5 years, 7 years. Like, I think fully autonomous driving was promised way long back, but it still hasn't come. And second, I think a lot of people didn't notice, but he said we are not using any special equipment. It's just camera and AI.
Yeah. Okay, let's take some questions. Would you buy a Tesla if it's in India? Hot take.
Would I buy a Tesla in India if it was there?
Yeah. Without self-driving, with self-driving.
I think I heard rumors was around it was 50, 60 lakhs. So not buying a car, I don't have that much money. 50, 60 lakhs to nahi. I knew you would buy it. I know you would buy it.
Oh, I would love to buy it, but again, not that much money. But hopefully, with the love of Team TechWiser and everything, and we will definitely, if there is a use case that it can be used for TechWiser videos and people wants to know about it, then I think that's a much better.
I think it's possible. If we want to cover it a video, we can cover and then sell it off.
Is Tesla even coming to India? As of now, there is no conclusive thing that has been said. I think Elon Musk has once tweeted that they see India as a very promising market, but nothing more than that. And also, I think the Transport Minister of India, they have made a statement, no self-driving or autonomous driving in India as of now. So even if Tesla comes, it will not have the autonomous driving feature. Okay, let's take some questions before we wrap it up. Hi, Team TechWiser. I need to buy a new Pixel phone. Which one should I get? New Pixel phone. Are people still buying phones?
Surprisingly, we just went outside that day on Durga Puja or something. I forgot the event, but I saw 4 or 5 people getting a Pixel phone, and this was properly A series phone, and it was with, I think, aunties or uncles. And I was pretty sure like their kid has recommended them to get a Google Pixel phone. So I think if you have to buy a Pixel phone, a good recommendation would be try at least Pixel 9. Pixel 9 is good, but it is way expensive. Or you can go lower down the budget and get a Pixel 7a or 8a.
Oh yeah, S24 Ultra from Dubai at 68,000. Good deal or not?
Crazy, man. Get it?
Even S23 Ultra.
Would you like to tell us a short story about S23 Ultra?
Okay, so we yeah, I also have an update on that.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is how it started. I think you guys may remember the last SNL that we were doing. I was trying to order the S23 Ultra, and like most of you guys also commented that you can't get it delivered. So I tried the next day. it wasn't getting delivered. It
How
was
much
not
were you
needed.
getting the S23 Ultra for?
It started with 75,000 minus the bank discount, so 72,000. Then it went to 75. I was up to buy that. Then it went to 76. I was up to buy that. 78. I was still open to buy that, and I didn't got it. It went out for delivery. It shows that it will be delivered tomorrow, but then the delivery never happened, and 2-3 days after that. So ultimately, the product got returned. And I think somebody also tag us on Twitter. The same issue happened.
Same issue.
They ordered, but the order was never delivered, and the delivery guy said that they did try to make an attempt. So that was the whole thing. And finally, yesterday I was looking at S23 Ultra on Amazon. I placed an order and it has arrived today.
How much? How much?
Yeah, but it's expensive, like 76,000.
76,000. But
But
ठीक है.
that's how it
That's how
happens.
it
Nah?
happens.
Like as a consumer, if you have made up your mind, you want to buy that, and you miss that train, then even if when it gets expensive, you still buy it.
I think S24 Ultra, if just to give you an idea, at least it is an absolute steal deal if you're getting it for 68,000. The benefits that you would see is processor wise, it's a 10-15% improvement. You get Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, there you have Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. So slightly much more performance. I think AI features, circle to search, sketch to image, all of that are there in both S23 Ultra and S24 Ultra. There is an anti-reflective display, which is pretty phenomenal on the S24 Ultra. It looks, if you look at it side by side, you might be able to know the difference between, or just look at a black screen on any AMOLED display versus S24 Ultra, you will see what difference it is. It has a titanium frame right now, so it is not that much of a weight difference. It's just 1 gram, I think. But overall, the color and feel of it is really good. Camera wise, they did slightly messed it up with this particular update, but I think they have altered the update or they are sending a fix. So camera started taking very weird HDR artifacts or very unsaturated photos. I think we posted it on Twitter as well. But we recently did a camera comparison between S23 Ultra, S24 Ultra, Pixel 9 Pro XL and iPhone 16 Pro Max. And iPhone 16 Pro Max did turn out to be like really good in terms of main camera and main video. But if you compare S24 Ultra, it also has like a lot of features. That slow-mo zoom, which is really useful. We use it quite a lot of time. Plus, we have full-time switch to the iPhone 16 Pro Max to shoot our short videos. So that is also, that update is coming up, and S24 Ultra overall seems like a very good, well-balanced phone for Android.
I see some few people are asking this, and just like you also pointed out, S23 Ultra and S24 Ultra doesn't have a lot of difference other than processors and camera update and AI. What are the chances of S25 Ultra? If I buy an S24 Ultra now, do you think S24 5 Ultra will be a massive upgrade?
See, first of all, the major thing, if an S25 Ultra comes, it will not be under 1 lakh rupees. It is straight up going to be 1.3 lakh. They are coming with either 8 Gen 4 is what I'm hearing. Now the name is, or it will be 8X Elite. 8 Elite.
Oh, nice.
They are changing the name again. I'm not sure.
Performance difference, how much is
performance difference? I think GPU performance is pretty good. They are more focusing on AI performance on device. So there will again be a lot of AI features, but in terms of hardware is what the rumors are. There is not much of a change.
Okay, so mostly the price is really good, and even as of now the leaks and rumors are nothing like solid out there.
One major solid leaks as of now is they might come with Snapdragon for the entire range in 2025. Like S25 entire series might have Snapdragon in 2025 or Dimensity. This is something they are looking at it, but there will be no Exynos. That's what the rumors are.
Okay, so a random question from a random guy. Team TechWiser, what do you think about the Nothing OS 3.0? 3 things about Nothing.
First of all, I really like that this is the only brand which has skipped their flagship launch and said that we'll launch our software, we'll better our software this year, and then we'll update it. So that is Nothing OS 3. They skipped on Nothing Phone 3. It might come next year. Usually it should have come by now. So they launched a software upgrade over that. The major change which I could see is again more focusing on AI, widgets, smart app drawer, a bunch of updates. Like they changed the quick widget look, quick settings look, they changed the app drawer look. App drawer was very close to what iPhone was doing, but they put in AI and it will smartly organize itself. which I don't know how it is different than automatic organization. But their photo gallery app is due, which will have a lot of AI features that has not been announced yet. But surprisingly, they gave the Nothing OS 3 update to Nothing Phone 2A and not their flagship offering, Nothing Phone 2.
Oh my god.
And on Twitter, Akis was saying just because MediaTek was more prompt with their updates and they could send a patch, that's why they launched the beta on Phone 2A and not the Snapdragon variant.
When will it come to Snapdragon?
It should come by end of December or by end, I think December say it will start coming on all phones. All of their means other phones.
Okay. Okay. Should we take one more question before we wrap it up? You pick.
Oh, I pick.
Chalo.
I don't have the option to pin it, but yeah. Let's ask some like really good questions so that everyone else would benefit from it and something that you guys all are wondering. Let's get some good question. Let's see how good it goes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think yeah. Good choice, Shobek. So, hey TechWiser, what is the best smartphone under 50,000? Good brands only. I've been asking them since 5
Good
minutes.
brands only.
Like,
I don't know what that means.
good vibes only.
Good vibes only. So there was a Xiaomi 14 which was in sale and it came around 50,000. I think we were planning to do a video on it. We are not sure whether we'll cover it or not. If you guys are interested, maybe let us know. But Xiaomi 14, it has a very different, it's a compact size phone. It has a very different artistic camera vibe. Personally, if you compare it with an iPhone and a Samsung, skin tones are not that good, but it takes like a very कैसे बोलूं मैं अभी there's a difference between a painting and a photo. If you're a fan of painting, you would like much more Leica ka photos and all. It looks different. Xiaomi 14. That's one option. OnePlus 12 is another option. I think for the specs that it offers, it seems to be a very well balanced phone, which is around 55,000.
On the edges with OnePlus.
It's not happening. The update situation is not happening with the newer phone, but then again, they are not that old enough. So those are the two options. Another option that you can look out for, since I think good brand, I think OnePlus 12 will qualify over there.
Even iPhone will qualify at this.
There's iPhone 15. Would you recommend iPhone 15 now?
Would I recommend iPhone 15? To be very honest and lucky, just like I said, very controversial opinion against the internet, but now the sale is over. I would not recommend iPhone 15 as of iPhone 16 because of the AI features that you will never get there. And iPhone 10, like I'm an iPhone user for almost 7 years now. So iPhone tend to last good enough. Like 7 years. I've seen people using iPhone for 8 years. Now, AI, we don't know how it will eventually. It's still in a very dicey state. But if it turns out to be the deal breaker, your phone will not get, you will never get an AI. And for someone like me, I would like to have a phone that gets it.
But again, a very enthusiastic, I think. But yeah, iPhone 16 has a lot of. So I think those are the two options. It's either OnePlus 12 or there is your iPhone 15. If you're talking about good brands.
Forgetting S23.
S23 is 37, 38,000.
55 may
under 50,000.
55 may you're getting S24 abhi. S23 is S23 FE is 28ish and S23 is 37ish.
37.
Yeah. And
so just to put it out there, the reason not to recommend S24 is I find S23 and S24 very similar. So you would be better off buying S23 rather than S24. So that's the reason not to recommend that. iQOO 12 I've ignored. I think that is probably the cheapest phone that gets Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 with all those gaming features. Camera more or less, I think it's similar with OnePlus 12 and iQOO 12. But since you had a clause, and Xiaomi 14, OnePlus 12, iPhone 15, I think those are the three options.
Chalo, last question and for you, since you're already a Moto H50 new long-term user and you have also used it in the Kerala trip that we went.
Yes.
So let's go. Three things about this.
Number one, the camera as expected, it's a 25,000 phone. So camera, viewfinder lag and all of that is there. That if you keep aside, about 5 to 6 out of 10 times it takes like really good photos, and no one is offering you wireless. Was that mine? No one is offering you wireless charging, telephoto, 3x camera and all of that in this price range. So when it hits, the photo comes out like really good. It's those boosted, saturated photo and all of that. The photo comes out very good. That is number one thing. Second thing is I feel the battery life is pretty good for the amount of battery they offer, the LTPO display and all of that. I think battery life is pretty good. The whole display experience is there. Number three, I noticed a couple of bugs. There was a very weird bug where my phone would just not charge. I have a screen, I have a video footage of all of that, and it would just not charge. I had to restart my phone, and then again after the restart, the phone would start charging. And it happened like 3-4 times. It happened during the Kerala trip, maybe due to the humidity or
It was
moisture.
not charging.
It was
or
not charging at all.
It was not showing that it's charging.
It doesn't charge. You put a USB cable, it will not charge.
Yeah.
I have to restart the phone and then it will start charging.
Yeah, but it could be a very big deal breaker, na? मैं रात को लगा के
सो
phone
गया।
charge पे सोया and सुबह it's dead. I missed a couple of important calls.
Couple of important calls. That is one there, but I think Motorola offers very good specs for the price it is. I would not recommend if you're looking for a lot of software updates and all of that, but price to specs is pretty good on the phone. Again, lot of people, lot less companies make a very handy 6.4 inch ka phone. So
will it qualify for a compact phone?
I said it in the video, and a lot of people were commenting on ki 6.4 inches is not a compact phone. How much is the iPhone 16 Pro Max? It is
6.89. 6.9 or 6.8?
So
6.9.
When your flagships are getting 6.7, 6.9 inch, plus you have to also count the bezels are very slim. 6.1 or 6.2 pe there is S23, 0.4 inches pe this, 0.2 inches pe this is. So this actually in hand feels much more compact than that 6.4 inch that you're thinking about. Exactly, 6.9.
Acha, chalo, on that note, let's wrap it up and we will be back tomorrow. So
not tomorrow,
the next Saturday. Yeah,
next Saturday.
But like we did it for the Shara this time, or like we did it instead of doing it on Saturday, we did it on Sunday for you guys. But next time we will go back to the cycle and do it on Saturday. So yeah, last word for this live.
Last word for this live. So we are still trying to make this better, make this entire setup and make this conversation better for you guys. So in case you have any feedback on how this entire thing can be, please do comment. We'd like to implement it in the next live. And on that note, this is me, Pratik, and my co-host Mrinal signing off. Let's see you in the next one.
Pew, 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 pew.